Good evening and welcome to Sports Federation TV. My name's Alton Davids. I'll be your host. Tonight we have a jam-packed show. We're chatting tug of war, we're chatting canoeing, and we'll catch up on the highlights of this past 2 weeks where we went out and we caught some footage at the judo and at the fencing, and we'll have a fab show tonight just because you're watching. We're joined in studio by two lovely people who, one is an athlete and one is an administrator extraordinaire who has been involved in a sport called tug of war for 100 years, Anton, they say?
It's actually, I've pulled myself about 25 years ago, but I've now more recently about 8 years again that I'm involved as an administrator in the sport.
Welcome, Anton. Ayanda, you well?
I'm an athlete. I've been doing tug of war since 2009.
Sure, so a long time.
Yeah.
And now I want to see your hands to see if you have any calluses, because often people say that's the reason why they do tug of wars, to avoid the calluses. Is that true?
Well, my hands are quite good. I take good care of them.
Okay, good. And then tell us a bit about tug of war. What's tug of war all about, so people have an idea of what tug of war actually is about?
Tug of war is actually a world-renowned sport. There's 70 countries in the world participating in the sport. It is said that there is 4.5 million athletes doing the tug of war sport. I think it's quite interesting that tug of war was the very first team sport that South Africa participated in the Olympic Games, already in the Olympic Games of 1904 in America. So we are quite proud of that fact. Currently South Africa is doing very well on the world scene. We are on average 4th in the world. Our under 19 men's team is the current world champions. And then of course we are very proud of our national ladies as well. They are the best performing national ladies team in South Africa, being 3rd in the world.
And that's for more than 1 year at a time. They've been doing it for the last 4 years, I think it is.
They've maintained that 3rd place position for the last 3-4 years, yes.
And that's a result of a development plan that's come through from club level all the way up to national?
That is exactly correct, yes.
Ayanda, you've been part of this development plan and coming through the ranks. Tell us a bit about why you do tug of war.
Okay, well, at first it was a prank in high school because I played netball and hockey. And then I was dead to try it out, as I always made fun of the people that did tug of war. And then my first year that I tried it out, so I thought, okay, let me do it during the off-season, hockey and netball off-season. First year that I tried it out, I got my national colors, and then I decided, oh, okay, not so bad. Let me hang around a little bit longer. So that's how I started.
Because it's easier to get the national colors
No.
through that than
No,
netball?
it's not. Well, netball, I had to stop because I had a back injury, and same with hockey. So tug of war works out perfectly fine for me.
But doesn't it affect your back, pulling the rope?
Well, I learned to strengthen my core, which helps a lot.
And I think that's the key, is that it's an all-round sport activity that it affects your whole body. And people just think you're just standing there,
Pulling with
digging your
arms.
feet in, and you just, jy trek uit toe.
Yeah. Well, most people think it's more in the hands. They don't even think about the legs. But you really take a lot on the legs because you have to, well, we do a lot of leg training because we need the legs more than the arms in a way. The arms are just there to keep you up.
So the power comes from the waist down,
Core down.
core down.
Yeah.
And that's why your back is so strong, because you've
Yes.
done the core.
Yep.
So what's it being like a national athlete?
Well, tug of war is not so well known, so I'm still living my normal life. But when I do mention it to people, everyone is amazed. They would first give me that look and then ask, what sport? Like the Makatini sport. And I would say, okay, if you want to call it that, then that's it.
Sounds exciting. We'll pick up on that. Let's check out what tug of war is really all about. Let's check it out. As you can see, that was a training session held at the Kalen Primary this past weekend in preparation for an event that's happening this coming weekend, which we'll touch on in a bit. Ayanda, so it's been fun doing tug of war. It's different because people don't perceive you to be doing it at all.
No, well, usually people think you have to be big in order to get into a tug of war team, but it's all about weight. So everyone in the team has their own certain weight that they have to weigh in order for the team to participate in a certain weight division. So it's all about weight divisions and not about who's the biggest team. And yeah.
So let me understand, Anton. So there's a certain weight category that you compete in as a team, and everybody. How does it work?
Yes, that's correct. The tug of war team consists of 8 people. There's different weight categories. In the men's, we've got the light men's division, light weight category, which is 580 kilogram. Then you have the medium category, which is 640 kilogram. The light heavyweights, which is 680 kilogram, and the heavyweights is 720 kilogram. Those are the 4 weight divisions. With the ladies, they only have the light division, 500 kilogram, and the medium weight division for the ladies is 540 kilogram. And then also in terms of the under 19s and the under 23s, they also have different specific weight categories. And like Ayanda said, you are looking at a balanced team. So it all goes about power to weight ratios. So not really big people. You need slim, trim, very, very strong athletes in that team. So tug of war pretty much caters for everyone. If you are lighter and strong, you go for the lighter teams. Or you call the bigger, bulkier guys, but then you go for the bigger teams.
Now, Anton, and we've seen that in the footage that there's a mixture of people in the different teams in that training video that we saw. Explain that mechanism where they are pulling on the pulley in this training weekend. What was what's the significance of that, and how does it all work?
Right, we utilize the pulley specifically when we want to do more static pulls. It is not as live as a real tug of war, and we primarily do that when we do the stamina type of training. You will see it's longer, and when you look at the footage, you'll see the people, they stretch their hands, so you can see it's impacting heavily on their hands.
Okay, so that's the reason for it. That because with a pull, the minute the center line moves to a point, the game is over, as it were.
That's correct. The center line, if it moves over, there is a line on either side of the rope. If that line, in fact, moves over the center line 4 meter distance, then that pull has been won. So you can get pulls of up to 10 minutes in World Championships here in South Africa. We're having our nationals on Friday and Saturday. Pulls in the final will be there 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yes.
And for that you need lots of stamina and endurance.
Absolutely.
Amongst other things, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. If you take, for instance, average tug of war athlete is supposed to exert power of about 100 to 120, 130% of his own body weight over that time period. That is quite extensive.
You touched on the tournament this weekend. Tell us a bit about it. Where is it happening? Give us some more details.
This Friday and Saturday, we will be hosting the SA National Championships, and this year it will be in the Strand. There's just over 100 teams that entered, and that will be participating over the 2 days of the event.
So, and it starts morning till what time?
That is correct. It will start on Friday morning, 10 o'clock. Everyone is welcome. There's no entrance fees. Unlike other sports, we have a single venue where our under 19s, under 23s, our men, ladies, as well as the mixed teams participate. So a single venue and all the different weight categories, as well as all the categories, men, women, etc. One place.
Good. Are you ready, young lady, for this weekend?
Yes, I am. Always am.
Your preparation all done?
Yeah.
The hands okay? The back is okay?
Everything is good. I just still have to wait tonight.
You have to weigh.
Yeah.
Explain the weighing process. What's it about?
Okay, well, everyone in the team has to do you weigh on your own. So everyone has to do their part, and you step on the scale alone. And then if you're not on your weight, you might just have to go run a little bit. But usually we always aim to be on our way to under, so hoping to be under.
And that's the key.
Yeah, because then there's less pressure on the hands as well. The lighter you weigh, the less pressure there is on your hands.
And taking that into account, having moved from a predominantly aerobic activity like hockey to something that's static in inverted commas, what's the transition been like? Has it been fun?
At first it was weird. I complained a lot, and my legs, I thought I could leg press and go on for days, but with tug of war, because I mean, like he said, your pulls are so long at times, and you can't just step away from the rope, stretch, and then get back in, like in a hockey game where you run and just slack off a bit. You stay, and you just have to work throughout the whole 10 minutes.
That's hard work.
It is, but it's great for fitness.
Anton, and you have how many? How does a match work? Explain the match, a tug of war match.
We have different rounds. First off, we have the qualification rounds where all the different teams in a specific weight category pulls against each other in a round robin fashion. So there it's the best out of 2 pools. So you get 1 point if you win an end, that is 1 single pool, and you get 3 points if you win 2 pools. Thereafter, we go through to the semi-finals where the number 1 out of the qualification round will pull against number 4 and 2 against 3. And those pools, there must be a definite winner. And in those pools, they pull out of 3 ends, the best out of 3 ends. And then, of course, they go through for the finals, the bronze medal match and the finals.
And that's all happening this weekend in Strand.
We start with a weight category, we finish with that weight category, we have the medal ceremony, everything, and then we start with the next.
Awesome. How do people find out more about tug of war? Do you have a Facebook page?
Of course, just Google SA Tug of War or SA Tow Trek and you will get our website and all the information is there, your closest province, your closest clubs, everything is there.
Awesome. Ayanda, good luck. We'll come and check you out on this weekend. We hope to see you in the final.
Thank you very much.
Good. Anton, all the best for the tournament. Have a good week.
Appreciate it.
Let's take an ad break. We'll see you now.